friends.
Hey, buddy.
It's good to be back. It's been quite a while.
My goodness, yeah, it's been a long time. I don't remember the last time we did a video. It's been so
Either.
long.
It's been a long, long time. But we wanted to stop in and spend a little time with you. And we have a lot of new things to show you. Finishes. I've got a lot of FFOs, and they are blending and marrying with Peter's woodworking. So that's what we wanted to show you today.
Yeah, it's a culmination of many months of putting things together.
Many months of stitching.
Been stitching so fast, you get smoke pouring out of her needles there.
And Peter is recovering from knee surgery. He had knee surgery May the 27th.
Yeah, in a couple of months. And wow, sitting around doing nothing for 2 months is enough to drive anybody up the wall. But,
especially one that is normally out and about and in the shop and on his feet all day long. But anyway, things are getting back to normal. We're hoping to open the shop.
That's a Kathyism. Hoping. You know what hoping is? We're hoping we'll finish this video.
As long as there's hope in it, that's good. That's a good thing.
You'll hear more of these things as we go along.
Go get you a beverage and come and sit with us for a spell while we show you these beautiful stitches and some of the ways that we're blending them together with Peter's woodworking.
Yes. Thank you for stopping by. And we do really appreciate it.
Really
and this opportunity to get back in with our community of cross stitchers and quilters again.
Right.
And so it's great to be with you.
Great to be with you, and hope to be back with just regular FlossTube at some point. But let's just get this started first.
Yeah.
A lot of these are not going to be available immediately, but they are coming. They're in the works. One thing with Peter getting back to working in the shop, we don't want to overwhelm him with a whole lot of orders.
Put me to work, please.
So we're going to start with maybe 3 or 4 and then add, one here and one there and one there. But these are things that are coming and coming soon, okay? The first thing, I saw this chart. I do have notes here, so please forgive me for looking down. But with this 72-year-old brain, I can't remember hardly anything. But anyway, I saw this from Brenda, the sampler stitcher on, hey Brenda, on Instagram, and she was stitching it, and I think Carol Saltbox Stitcher, and there was one other stitcher that was working on it. I can't remember her name right now, but anyway, I just fell in love with it. Oh, Red Velvet Quilts, that's who it was. Red Velvet Quilts was working on it. It's to quote Shakespeare by Brenda Gervais. This chart is hard to find, but you can find it on the secondary market. I was lucky to be able to find it, and I looked quite a bit and found it. I just absolutely fell in love with that lady in her red dress. So anyway, I wanted to stitch it, and I asked Peter if he could make a special bowl for me, and he did. So let me show you, let me show it to you, and we're calling this our Stitcher's Treasure Trove. So you can have this next to your stitching spot, and you can put all of your goodies in it. So I stitched this on a 40 count. It's a mystery linen. Sorry guys, I don't know what the linen is. And I used the called for over-dyed floss. And I finished it with a Blackbird design, which I thought really worked well, fabric with some ribbon and buttons to tie it in, which it can come off easily. This could be used for a lot of other stitches. You just have to adapt it. And this is a pretty box. This is made out of oak.
Oak, yes. Yes. It's made out of oak wood.
Yeah.
Red oak, as a matter of fact.
And it was pieced together.
Pieced together, yeah, made in a box like, as a wood turner, you make boxes, you make bowls. Sometimes you build up the sides with things called staves, and that's what this is. In fact, you can see the grain here. I'll hold this up and see if I can show it a little bit better. It's beautiful grain, and I did stain it. A nice dark walnut stain. Mm-hmm. It is oak, but it's dark walnut stain, giving it a beautiful, rich color.
Right. And we don't typically stain our goods, but this we did because I wanted something that was dark and rich. And I have filled this with some treasures. I kind of wanted to show you some of them. I have some Saju scissors. Aren't they beautiful? And this is a scissor snug that Peter made. So it has a rubber insert. Rubber?
Yeah, I drill a hole for that, and then I put a little rubber insert. Actually, it's a tubing that I found that they use in aquariums. Stick it down there and glue it in, cut it off. So now when your scissors go in there, they're held snugly, but they don't serve. There's no damage to them whatsoever.
Yeah. And this scissor fob is beautiful. It's by My Big Toe Designs on Etsy.
Put that back around like that would be easier to see a little bit.
Hope you can see that there. It's beautiful. It's a cross and some green, gorgeous stones, beads.
Yep.
So some of the treasures, Peter made this little bowl. I just think it's so cute. And I got some pins from My Big Toe Designs that will fit in there. I just used a little bit of blackbird designs and some batting. Or maybe I used wool roving in that. I think that's what I used. I think they're really pretty.
That's made out of oak too.
Made out of oak. Here's a crochet tape measure that I got on Etsy by Amy Sims Quilt Studio. And I'll link these when we have these in the shop. I'll link all this information. So if you want to fill your treasure quilters, your Stitcher's treasure trove with similar items, you can do that. But look how pretty this is. I just think it's beautiful. And you always need a tape measure, you know. I got these cute, oh, where's my strawberry? Felted strawberries by the Felted Pumpkin on Etsy. And look at these darlings. Aren't they pretty?
That one's not ripe yet.
She even put the little seeds. I don't know if you can see them. But I just thought these colors were so pretty together. So that's in there.
Next.
I have a needle book. And this is my sweet friend Merritt made this for me. There's a K on it. She asked what my favorite color is. And of course it's green. You can see my walls. Love green. Got some antique buttons on there with a pin. Bulb pin. And some needles, and then more needles back behind. And I just took a sticker and put on it. I thought that looked like the stitch and the colors.
That's very handy.
There you go. And I got the Chatelaine tool from Chatelaine Tools Raspberry Studio on Etsy. This beautiful thimble in a bird cage. Look how pretty that is. And there's a little thimble inside. There's a bird on the front of it. So it was just fun looking for these treasures to go in here. Yeah, it goes this way. Look for a nice thimble. Isn't that pretty?
I don't know what those came from.
Those came off the counting pins. Yeah, I just wanted to keep them down in there.
Gotcha. And just to show you the inside of the bowl real quick there too, that you can, well, Kathy put a nice bottom on there. Nice, that you can see how the walls are built up.
Here, let me,
Oh, fell out, yeah.
I just covered.
Lighting in here not so great, but anywho, you can see it's basically a lidded bowl.
A good size, so you can hold a lot of stuff in here, and then it's pretty, you know, sitting next to your chair.
You fit a whole bunch of stuff in there.
And you can fit even more, you know, if you wanted to in there.
Yeah.
I just like those. These things are special to me.
Very good, very good. I'll put these back too, so those don't get lost.
So anyway, that's coming soon to our shop, Pete's Bee Skips on Etsy.
Indeed.
I love stitching that. It was just so much fun. And of course, you know, we still love tiny towns, right? And this was a request that we got from one of our customers that wanted one of the 40 count tiny town spools, but she wanted it as an ort holder. So we made her one, and we said, oh, that's a great idea. We'll add that to the shop. Okay, so this comes off. Beautiful,
There's a
beautiful
little lid there.
cherry lid.
Solid cherry. Yeah.
And you can put your orts, you can put needles, you could put all kinds of little things in there, buttons.
Awful lot of orts.
A lot of orts, yeah. And I finished this with the Quilted Tiny Town, which of course I love that since I'm a quilter. And it was stitched on 40 count Shrekie's Tan by Needle Bling Designs, which the called for was Shrekie's Tan, but I think it was a smaller, or no, not a smaller, but a 36 count.
Yeah. Like these little beads that you finished it on here as well too.
Yeah.
Where the lighting is,
The little tiny, those are tiny, tiny buttons.
teeny buttons, like they're
buttons,
just perfect for that stitch
Yeah.
going around there.
And the buttons were provided with another one of the Tiny Towns. This one didn't come with the little buttons, but they came in another one, so I used those. So that was a lot of fun.
She's got buckets of buttons.
I have buckets of buttons. I love buttons. Okay, and then we had another request. A lot of these are requests that we've had from customers, other stitchers.
Yeah, I appreciate those ideas, really do. And
Really
the challenges that some of them represent, because it will make something new and creative. And I don't want to just turn out something that you can go in, any store where many woodworkers and wood turners make things like that.
Yeah.
Something different, unique. And so I'm thankful for the challenge this provides.
Well, I got the charts for Any Tiny Town. Y'all remember this when it came out a couple of years ago? And then I picked up the More Any Town, Tiny Town.
It's a mouthful there, ain't it?
Okay. So I wanted this to incorporate a lot of things, okay? What the customer friend had asked for was a caddy that she could put her 103 silks on. And so we decided to make a spool carousel. Spool carousel. And it holds, I asked her how many, and she said, well, 12 would be good. So Peter made one for 12 spools of the 103s. Okay? And you could also use sulky. They would fit any of the small spools, or fill the 12 count small spools would work. But you can see I did the Tiny Town stitch, and I did both charts. This is a 46 count. That was the first time I used 46 count. And I needed magnification and really good light, but I love stitching on it. It was just so fine and detailed. So it was a lot of fun. And I stitched this with, I can tell you here in a minute, Morning Coffee by JU Design. And I used all the called for over dyed floss. And I did make some modifications, like the dog. I made a Leo. If you can see him right there. Let's move our faces so they can maybe see it. I hope you can see that. I can't remember what other modifications. The barbershop. Okay. Where's the barbershop? Because of Andy Griffith with Floyd's, I made the barbershop Floyd's. Let's see, what else did I change? Matinee, diner. Oh, keepsakes. The house that was supposed to be keepsakes right next to Floyd's, that looked to me like an antique shop. So I changed that to antiques.
It is now.
Yep. And I don't know if there were any other modifications. Yeah. Anyway, it was a lot of fun stitching. So that's our spool carousel. It has a, I don't know if I can show you on the bottom, it has a Lazy Susan.
Yeah. So when you lay it flat, you can spin it around.
Spin.
And that kind of thing. It's also, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
It's also designed with a hole in the center that, as Kathy made a pin cushion in here, so you could make something out of that if you like.
Let me take these off and I'll show them.
Okay.
You go ahead and talk.
Yeah, and of course the little pins, the little dowels that are holding these up there, I just use plain dowels for the demo here, but I will probably stain those with a cherry finish as well too, so that they will they'll look more like this. Of course, this is a piece of butternut here, so
it goes pretty good with that.
still goes with that, yeah. But the little dowels, put these on here and cut them all fixed in place so that they can hold the spools with the thread on there.
Mm-hmm.
And Kathy did a nice job making a pin cushion here, and you can tell about those pins and that, I guess.
Right, and the pin cushion I used wool roving in the center of it, and we're just going to leave this hole for y'all so you can finish it however you want to match your stitch if you decide to put a stitch on it. And you can change it out. I don't have it glued in or anything, so that's a good place for your for pins to put. I got in touch with My Big Toe Designs because I was so pleased with her products that I had already gotten from her. They're just beautiful. And I asked her if she could make, I started with 3 counting pins, but she sent me 4. She did 4. And she said, what do you think about these? I just love them. And I know you're normally supposed to use odd numbers like in flowers or things like that, but I just couldn't resist having all 4 of those in there. Of course, those don't come with it, but she is going to have these available on her shop, My Big Toe Designs, on Etsy when we release this. So I'm going to get in touch with her, and she says she's already got the listing ready to go. She just needs to activate it. So I'll let y'all know when this is released, okay?
All the links to that.
All the links to that. So along the same line with the Tiny Towns stitched on 46 count, because I have seen some people stitching on 46 count Tiny Towns. Brenda the Handwork Maniac was stitching one on 46 count. So if you want to do 2 and really make a impression, we've got this Scissor Caddy, and we have offered these before, smaller, thinner here, but this actually will fit 2 of the Tiny Towns. And this is made in cherry.
Yeah.
And it has a bee-skep finial, which these...
Actually, that's a tree.
Oh, that's a tree.
That's a tree.
It has a tree finial.
But that can be a V-skep. I can make anything you want. I can make a snowman or a spool or whatever you want.
These come off, so you can order different finials.
Yeah, whatever kind you'd like.
Wow, that's tall.
I think it needs a few more threads on there. Go straight through to China.
Yeah. This one does not have the Lazy Susan in it. You need to put your logo.
Yeah, plug in there.
Anyway, this is beautiful, beautiful wood. Now, the lighting is not good in here. We thought this would be a great place for lighting with the light behind us. But
it is right behind us.
It is right behind us.
Come facing this way so they show off. They're missing a lot of the grain, especially with cherry and maple. They have the waviness of the grain going through there and the shininess. They're missing all that. It's called curly, which I know may not really need to know that, but
well, I think it's neat.
It looks neat.
I love the curling of wood, and every piece is unique.
Yeah, and something like this too, I could easily put on a Lazy Susan if somebody requested it as well.
Right. It might add a little bit more to the cost because that's more work intensive, and then that's a part that we put on.
Not that much, not a big deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
so anyway, that's another scissor caddy, and I should have put scissors in there. There's 5 holes. But, yeah. I tried to get everything together for this, but it's hard to remember everything. So let's move this over.
Senior moment here, folks. Anyway.
So along the same line as the Spool Caddy, we wanted to offer one that was a little smaller, still had 12 spools, available that you could put on there.
Somebody's at the door.
Oh, okay.
Let's stop for a moment here, folks.
Got somebody? Sorry about that. We had some neighbors drop by. Leo says, hey.
He's had to join us.
Had to join us. I think we were talking about the...
carousel. Well, not carousel, but...
The Spool Carousel.
Spool Carousel.
There's another Spool Carousel that's just... This one is made out of cherry. And it has the Lazy Susan on the bottom. And Peter made this cute little spool for a Spool Carousel. This was a customer's request. So this is a little bit more simplified. A little easier for Peter to make.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit. Not really a place to put a stitch on, but handy to have by your stitching chair. Yeah. So this will be in her.
Even it has a little hole in the top for a very small pair of scissors.
Very small, yeah.
If you wanted to.
My Dovos fit in there. So Some of the other ones won't. It's a little hole. You can make the hole a little bit bigger.
A little bit bigger, yeah.
But the purpose is to house spools.
Spool's supposed to have a hole in it, so
Yeah.
I put a hole in it.
Okay.
All right.
What is next? Yes. Okay, this was also another customer request. And this is something that I've been wanting to stitch for a long time. And matter of fact, Deborah and our stitching group, Wake Forest Library Stitchers, stitched it, and it's so beautiful when she was stitching it. But it's the Jeanette Douglas Simple Gifts beautiful chart. And a customer had requested that we make a spool that this will fit on. So we did. We made one the original size, okay, which is smaller, much smaller, you can see. Still has 3 holes, but this is the size of the original spool that this fits on. And it wraps around and around and around. So we do have this one, or will have it available when we make the listing live on our shop. So you have an option to do it like this, and we have several different woods to choose from, and you'll see that on the listing. This is cherry, which we also will have Spanish cedar, butternut, red elm, rainbow poplar, black limba, and maple. So
Lots of pretty woods.
A lot of different options for you. And I tried to look to see if I could find this spool, and I can't find it. So I don't know if I'm just not finding it properly or what, but if you have done this stitch, you don't have the spool, we have it for you. But I knew I wanted to stitch it. And for me, when I stitch something, I want to see it. So I asked Peter if he could make a little bit bigger spool that would hold the majority of the stitching with just a little bit tucked. So that's what he did. And we had this beautiful cherry.
That's got some really nice marbling in it.
And heavy. This is a boat anchor here. But you can see it has the majority of the stitching showing. Okay. I backed it and lined it with a Blackbird Designs. Got a little My Big Toe design pin in it. And you could display it with this down if you wanted to. You know, have that hanging, you know, off a shelf. However, you could pin it to the top. Or, this is so pretty. This was an accident. I made a mistake, so I did this. And then I realized, oh, well, that really works nice just to line that first. And then put this on it. So you could even have it just, you know, like that. If you wanted to display it like that, that would be fine.
It's a beautiful
Or if you wanted to see all the stitch, you could put the pin here and just let that kind of, you know, flop down. Or if you want a little neater look, which I don't know if it's really neater, you can wrap it around, a little bit more around, and use a pretty decorative pin. That was a fun stitch.
It's all about options there. Yeah.
All about options. I did stitch it on the called for 36 count Dolly Madison by Needle and Flax. Yeah, with the called for overdyed floss. And I just think it's beautiful. I love it. So this will be available also in our shop. It is more expensive, but you can see the difference in size. So if you wanted to go with a little more economical one and you don't mind your stitches not showing, this is a good option. If you want to see a little bit more of your stitching on your display, then you could go with this option. Okay?
I could see a place for both of those, how they would appeal to others to, because this would look nice if it was all unraveled and dangling down like on a shelf or something like that to show off the spool and in the stitch there,
right.
Or such a thing as this, yeah. So.
Just depending on what you want to do.
That wood was, I remember doing this one, the wood looked so pretty on the side of this. As I was finishing it up, I'm thinking, no, this is too pretty to be covered up.
Yeah, I think I remember that too. Yeah,
it's going to be covered up.
But you can tell by that. You can tell by that all the grain that's in that top there.
Yeah. So, not in this lighting though.
Right, but Peter made this with a single hole, because that's what I wanted. This was a Kathy request here. But we could do 3 holes or we could do 5 holes.
Yeah.
You know.
Or 4 holes.
Or 4 holes.
It's not 100.
Yep. It's a little more work for Peter because he has to, it's just a little more work intensive to do more holes, right?
Yeah.
But he doesn't mind doing it. He'll do it if
No,
you
I don't
want
mind
it.
at all.
That's what he'll do.
No, I mean, hey, anything working with wood, it's all good.
Yep. Let's see if there's anything else I wanted to tell you. The design size on this, which you would see if you have the chart, is 2.5 by 18.5, and this actually goes, I think it was 11 around. So
Yeah, the spool, the circumference around this spool here is 11 inches,
11
like
inches.
a regular tiny town.
right, and the stitch count is 326 by 46. This last market, she came out with another Simple Gifts. I think it's called Simple Gifts 2. And I actually ordered the kit. It looks very similar, but you know, it's beautiful. But she has an alphabet on the top and numbers like a sampler. So I know she's done the kit there, you know, of release. I'm not sure if she's going to release the chart to the general public or, you know, if that's going to be a while. But we'll, of course, I want to go ahead and stitch it. And we'll make a spool available for that.
There you go.
And the spool that she had available, I should have brought it in, but we can make one the original size and then one that will fit more.
Yeah. A little
More
wider
of the stitching.
circumference, so
Yeah.
more of your stitch will show.
Yeah. So that's the Simple Gifts spool. And
that was
this
a fun
one, the
project.
large one, also we can only do in cherry because that's the size we've got of blanks for this. Okay.
Yeah, to do it in other woods, we'd have to go out and purchase other wood, the right size need. And
They're harder and harder to find though, aren't they? The 4x4 by whatever.
Yeah, well, it depends. There's a lot of different types of woods out there that are 4x4.
Right.
But we'd have to go out and purchase that specifically. We've got, we've ordered a bunch of cherry, so that's what we're primarily working with, the cherry.
Yeah.
But we're not limited to any of that. If you're partial to something else, hey, let us know.
Yeah, and cherry's very popular. Okay, we had another customer request. These are customers, you know, on our Etsy shop. And she said, hey, or have y'all ever thought about doing a spool for Threadwork's Primitives designs? And she was in particular working on Uncle Sam. I hadn't seen them. So I went and looked and oh my gosh, they're so cute. So I said, yes, we will do that. So we got together and decided what size that she would like, what size, you know, that I would like, kind of went back and forth. We made one for her and then that was right before our shop closed. So we decided when the shop opens back up, we want to have this available for everybody if you would like to stitch it. So I went ahead and stitched it, really fast stitch, so cute. This is Uncle Sam Threadwork Primitives Designs. She has a bunch more in her shop, and I'll show you some of the charts that she's got. I just finished this. Let's see, I stitched it on a 32 count vintage Stormy Night Lugana. I really enjoyed stitching them on 32 count. I think it would work on 28 also. There's plenty of room for that. Okay. I finished it with Lady Dot Creates mini pom-poms. And I actually I sewed that into the sewed that in instead of, you know, sewing them on individually. I just sewed it into that seam, which I thought worked really well. And I had these buttons and I just luckily had 8 buttons. Now, I want to tell you that there's a tutorial on YouTube, and you might already know about it, from Helen D. about spool finishing. The name of it is, it's a FlossTube Extra, a cross-stitch spool finish tutorial. She does an excellent job in teaching us how to do this. Has so many good pointers. She recommended using the Stigma seam, which as many of these spools as I've finished, I've never thought of using Stigma seam. It's a 2-sided interface strip, and I had some, I've never used it. I've got 1/4 inch, and you put that on there and turn it over. Oh my gosh. What a wonderful tip that was.
Nice clean finish on that.
And she also suggested with your thread, so I use some crochet thread, you know, the real fine thread, and you around your button a couple of times, cut it off, and then you can lace and do the same thing at the bottom. And it worked like a charm. So I really highly recommend you going to look at hers if you are finishing a spool, any kind of spool.
Yeah.
But in particular, this is what she was stitching. I think it was Uncle Sam. Let me show you. So of course there's Uncle Sam. She's got Be Warm, which I think is so cute. Ho Ho Ho. Is that showing, Peter?
Yeah.
Primitive Crow, which would be perfect for fall. I just got, and she's got more than this, but this is what I bought, and this is what I want to stitch. And I think this is so pretty. Key to my heart. So all these would fit. And you could change these out seasonally. Just clip your thread, store it, you know, and put your next one on. Okay.
Nice idea.
Nice idea. So we really thank our customers for giving us ideas, because it's not always easy coming up with, you know, new ideas.
That's right.
for y'all.
Well, it won't want to be the same old, same old. You can buy off the shelf any store anywhere.
Right, right. I was watching the Sable Stitchers.
This was a fun one.
I love watching Sable Stitchers. And Lenny was stitching this chart by, it's called Patriotic Pinwheel Parade by Artful Offerings. I know you've seen this. Artful Offerings has so many cute bunny. And of course, Patriotic, who isn't stitching Patriotic this year?
Well, that's right.
So
150.
jumped on the bandwagon, wasn't sure what I would be stitching it on or how I would finish it, Peter would make something for us to marry it together. But I went ahead and stitched it, and it was so much fun. Look how cute. I used the called for floss. I finished it on a 20 count Ada Moonstone by Fiber on a Whim. I did sub out the DMC. I wanted something a little bit more variegated, and I used Navy and Morning Glory. For the tails, I decided to use a sulky because I really wanted them to pop out. And I think they do.
Beautiful stitch.
Yeah, and Merritt had made a pinwheel for me, and I asked her about how to do it. And then I looked on YouTube, and they had a tutorial. Of course, YouTube has tutorials for everything. So I made these cute pinwheels, and Peter made this design.
Yeah, that took a while.
Genius design.
Yeah, I made 2 spools, skinny spools and dowels running across to give it support, because we tried just making the spools.
Yeah.
When she put the stitch on there, it sagged in, of course, because it had no support. So I put dowels in there so it's fully supported, and then she put this lovely stitching back here, well, the ribbon actually.
Yeah.
And you can see the back of this, the color just go along so nice with it, and it accentuates the pool.
Quilting cotton.
Yeah.
Kind of matches my shirt.
Oh, it's just fun to make that. Like I made like these little coasters, and then 4 of them, and then the dowels would fit inside there, and the stitch just fits around it. And the nice thing about this is I can make something like this for any size stitch. If you can have one that's 18, 24 inches long, whatever, you can do that or shorter.
Yeah.
So it's
Or
not
taller.
limited, or taller even. You can make it as tall as you like, and that. So it has a lot of possibilities. But that was a lot of fun to design, and I hope that somebody will like to have that display there. If it's not Patriotic display or whatever stitch that they make, they do. Yeah.
Yeah, there's some other stitches by Artful Offerings that I think would work. What I wrote down: Saltbox Sunflowers and Love is Kind. So, but like Peter said, you know, he can make these taller, really, you know, here, so your stitch would fit. So it would be taller here. The width doesn't matter.
No, because you can adjust it down and just make those dowels to fit as long, however wide you need it, and it's solid. It won't won't blow over if you look at it too hard.
Right, right. So we're calling this our Two-Spool Display Set. How is that for original? We couldn't come, so if y'all have a different name, let us know, but I mean, that kind of...
Couldn't make anything, not so good at coming up with a name for it,
but yeah, I mean, you can use anything for that.
yeah, I didn't want to have it tied to a specific stitch like
Right.
some of these ones, but,
Right.
so this will be a, yeah, two-spool.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be cute on your stitching shelves? Where you put all your finishes? Or something similar, whatever you would like.
That was a lot of fun making it, designing it. Took quite a while, but I think we got a good idea on that one.
Yeah. And I think you said that we have walnut, maple, and cherry, and this is cherry.
That's cherry.
It's a real blonde cherry, though.
It is. That's the thing about cherry. Sometimes it's real red, and then other times it's really light.
Yeah.
And but still, you see the grain in it and
Yeah.
the marbling and
It's beautiful.
beautiful wood. Yeah.
Yep. He put his little logos on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Then you could change this out to, you could put streamers, or you could just not have anything there at all.
Put scissors in it, whatever.
Put scissors in it.
Yeah. So you had some fun with it. I
Just
hope
have
you will.
fun. And that's the thing about stitchers. Y'all were so creative. So you would, make yours unique, which would be really great.
Yeah. Super duper. Thank
So
you.
we call that the Two-Spool Display Set. Not sure when that's going to be in the shop, but it will be in the shop this year sometime.
Yep.
Okay. This next one,
Another design
I
thing
know.
I had to come up with for
I
this
know.
one. This was an interesting one.
Yeah, and this was a customer request also. So I love it. I love it when customers
I
request.
do too. I am so glad they're coming.
So when she asked for a Bellpool. Can y'all make a Bellpool? Have you ever thought about making a Bellpool? Never thought about making a Bellpool. Never made a Bellpool. So I started thinking, what could I get that's long, that would be, pretty, that I would enjoy stitching, that maybe y'all would enjoy stitching. And I love Blackbird designs, and I had seen this book, The Sweet Birds Sing by Blackbirds, and I just think it's a beautiful, beautiful book. Of course, Blackbird, who can not like Blackbird designs. And so I got the called for fabric, which was a Picture This Plus Heartland, I think. And I went ahead and ordered the overdyed floss, and tried to stitch on the Picture This Plus Heartland. I could not stitch on it. It was just, I couldn't see it even with my magnification. It was not gonna work for me. So I looked through my stash and I found Sugar Cookie by Color and Cotton. I was in Color and Cotton's club for, for a pretty good while. So I've got a nice selection of that. And I thought this is pretty. This Sugar Cookie would be nice. So I stitched it, and then me and Peter got together, and I told him what I would think, and he came up with this. Bellpool spools. Isn't that pretty?
Beautiful stitching.
Look at
there.
that stitch. It's just gorgeous. I love it. These spools are cut in half.
Yeah, basically made one spool and split it down the middle and fix it up, made the right size to attach for this particular stitch. But again, this could be for any size stitch, really. Yeah.
Isn't that fun?
It was a lot of fun.
And this is out of ambrosia maple. You can see the
ambrosia in it.
ambrosia in it. Place where the ambrosia beetle made these wonderful tracks and holes. We love ambrosia maple. It's just so gorgeous. But now we could make this in, of course, ambrosia maple, Spanish cedar, cherry, maple, butternut, black limba, red elm, and rainbow poplar.
Yep, we got a wide variety of woods.
Yeah.
I just grabbed a piece of maple to do the sample and design it and put it together. But that was a neat little thing there.
It was so much fun. So I backed it with a Blackbird design fabric, which I think is so pretty. I love Blackbird fabric. I looked and looked and looked for trim in my stash. I didn't want to I was in a trim club for over a year, so I wanted to use something there. Couldn't find anything. I've got a bunch of lace and stuff like that. Peter came upstairs and he pulled this. He said, "Who's that?" So I don't know if you can see, and I incorporated that on top after I finished it. Made the tube and turned it.
Yeah.
I just simply laid this on top and stitched it down. I wanted the holes to see, which that was your idea.
Yeah.
To see the holes, where,
Yeah.
if you can see
You do it
that.
there. It kind of adds like the almost antiquish type thing to it.
Yeah, I just love the lace on there. And then to attach it, I'm trying to think what, I used the dots from Fat Quarter Shop, the little finishing dots, and I put like 4 or 5 and stuck my thing to it, stitched to it, and then Peter came in with some popsicle sticks.
wide popsicle sticks.
Wide popsicle sticks.
Cut it, drill a little hole, put a couple screws in there to hold it tight, and put some Velcro on there so we can hang it on the wall.
Yeah, we use these 3M hangers, and that you can remove. They don't damage your wall, and they're Velcro, and you just stick them on the wall. And we've got it hanging in our breakfast nook here. Yeah, I just think it's so pretty. I love this design. Love stitching it. I was sad when it was over because it was just so enjoyable. The colors, oh my gosh.
Yeah, pretty. The birds are nice.
It's
Love the
beautiful.
colors, the tone of the green and the material there.
Blackbird is just genius when it comes to blending their colors, so never second guess them. I don't.
Beautiful for sure.
So that'll be available in the shop, and even though it's called a bell spool, we don't have any bells on it.
No, I didn't even know what a bell spool was. Or bell, whatever you call it. Bellpool.
Bellpool.
Bellpool. Why would we pull a bell? What's that got to do with the stitch? But now I know.
And because, this Peter adapted for this stitch, right? So it could be for anything that's long, and this spool could be shorter. You can make it shorter or longer.
Wider, yeah.
Wider, yep. Thinner, if you would prefer one a little bit thinner.
Yeah.
The only thing with doing it too thin is you want something that's kind of substantial to hold it, that your 3M, holder would hang on. You could also put one of those little teeth, metal teeth hangers, hang it
like
from
a painting, something like
a
that.
painting, yeah.
Or if you had something like even just a little designer thing, if you have metal that had like little arms that reach around it like that to grab the ends of the spools. I mean, you can do all kinds of things.
You do all kinds of things. But y'all are creative. You can come up with all kinds of stuff.
There you go. Yeah. Love to see some of these as they're completed and the full finishes and display there.
I'd love to see that. Quite a few months ago, Merritt Crawford, so just because Buzz got in touch with us and asked, we talked, and she asked if Peter could make her a spool for one of a design that she was working on. So of course.
Of course she said yes, and then Peter, guess what we're going to design here?
Yeah, so she designed a stitch, and I printed this on my printer, and my printer it's a color printer, but it doesn't print right, so none of the colors are right.
Sadly,
so
but you get to see what it looks like.
Yeah, so you can go to her Etsy shop, So Just Because, and you can see, this doesn't have the right name up here. I did cut the name off. Uh-oh.
You did, huh?
Yep, I cut the name off, folks. I'm sorry.
Well, you gave him the name, so that's
yeah. It's Tis for Thee spool. Tis for Thee. Okay, and we're calling it the Tis for Thee spool.
That's nice, yeah.
And Souvenir Stitchers, I don't know if that's a new company that she's designing under. If it's part of So Just Because. I don't know, but she's got it by Souvenir Stitchers.
It's a beautiful stitch and a wonderful way to display
stitch.
that. The picture doesn't do it justice. We apologize for that.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, I hope you go visit Just Because, and
Yes.
take a look at what Merritt has created there, and
Yeah.
with much better colorful pictures there.
Yeah, and when we when we post the listing, make it live, you'll see a better picture in there. The picture's better.
Yeah, we'll definitely clean that up. But,
Yeah.
but
But here's the spools, and we've got, we can have it available in cherry and in maple. I think those were the two that we said we could have it available in. Yeah.
We can
Really,
always add
really
more
pretty.
too. It depends on whatever I can scrounge up, walnut or.
Right. Don't know if we have to. Well, we probably have
I
walnut.
think I probably have some walnut that would fit the bill. I don't
Yeah.
want to say ahead of time, but
Right.
if I say we get it, we can get it if we don't have it.
Right. And we'll have it in the listing, the ones that are available. With everything that you see is made to order.
Yeah.
Right. So we make it per your requests and your specifications. And that way we don't have an overabundance of something.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just like the Maytag repairman here, just waiting for somebody to give
Right.
me a job to do.
Right. But Mary did a
Yeah,
beautiful
pick 'em up.
job, and she has the kits available on her Etsy shop. Now I'll link the Etsy shop below in the description box. And the kits include this fabric that will wrap around the spool, and it includes the chart, of course. She has a tutorial, UPC, what is the code? It's the code that you can scan, and it'll take you to the tutorial.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What do you call that code? Anyway,
It's called the code.
it's called a code in the chart.
Nowadays, you click on it, it takes you to the web page
Yeah.
or whatever.
And I'm pretty sure she has the DMC. I can't remember exactly what's in the chart, but you can go to her shop and see what she has.
Yeah.
So it's
Lovely
just,
stitch.
just beautiful. I want to stitch it. I want to stitch it and finish it. So anyway, as for now, those are going to be our new releases for this year, forward into the end of the year. Like I said, we're going to choose 3 or 4 to release immediately.
Yep.
But if you're interested, let us know. And if we have not released it yet, maybe we can go ahead and release them.
Yeah. I
So-
don't want to limit anybody. If you see something that the whole idea of us was limiting the release here so that I don't get swamped all of a sudden and
Right.
Right. To set up my bed beside my lathe out there so I can work all 24 hours.
But Peter's getting stronger. His stamina's coming back after the surgery, and so he's ready to get working.
I'm very thankful for that since my surgery on 27th, a full knee replacement. But, the healing's been great, the surgery was great, the therapy's been great. And
All the caregivers were just amazing.
Yes, I just thank God for all of it. It's been a wonderful experience for me in spite of the pain, and which really wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
So thanks be to God for that.
Thanks be to God.
And
Yes.
glad to be back within the community again. And
Yeah.
hopefully you'll be able to see us around more often now. And thanks for, if you stayed with us this long to watch us, thank you so much
Thank
again.
you, and let us know. Leave a comment, like the video if you haven't subscribed to our FlossTube channel.
Yeah.
Please subscribe, and we would love to hear from you.
Absolutely. Yep.
So until we meet again, God
Thanks,
bless.
everybody. Bye-bye. God
Bye-bye.
bless.